Hey everyone, so I've got another tutorial for you, and this is JP. So I've got a cuff bracelet here using the net stitch. So I will show you how to do the net stitch. A really simple, basic tutorial, and it doesn't require a ton of different beads. This is what I love to do, is just come up with designs that uses only a couple of beads. So here I've got my 4x3 rondelles and my 11s. These are just green. I don't have a specific particular color. It's like an opaque green. And this is Miyuki Gold Iris 11s. Here it is. The beads were purchased from Aura Crystals. There's the tube of beads. So that is what you're going to need material wise. And you're going to need some fire line. So I'm using 6-pound fire line and in the smoke. And of course a beading needle. So I am using the size 10 pony needles, which I really like. They're great for beading projects. There's my needle. Just looking for it. There it is. And then just, a clasp of your type. So I made a little loop here and then added a jump ring and the lobster claw and then added a few more jump rings. So to make this bracelet, it's about 6 inches. I needed about 80 of the rondelles. Also, you don't have to use rondelles. You can use whatever you've got. So you can use 8/0s instead. You can use 3mm beads or 4mm beads. It could be bicones or pearls or drux, fire polish. It really doesn't matter. So that's the flexibility of the design. So it is just go with what you got in your stash. Anyway, let's get started. To get started, what you're going to do is put a stop bead at the end of your thread like I have here. So that's my turquoise bead, which is different from the others. Start with my, I started with my rondelle, then 3 11s, rondelle, 3 11s, and I did that until I had a total of 5 rondelles and also 5 sets of the 3 11s. So a total of 15 11s over here. So, but essentially this is how you want to start. Then what you're going to do is you're going to skip over the 2 rondelles and you're going to the 3rd one and you're going to go through that. Just like this. So left or right, this should be the same, whether you're a righty or a lefty. And this is what you get. Then what you're going to do is now you're going to be picking up 7 beads, and this is going to be the same throughout the entire bracelet. And so to start off with, you're going to pick up 3 11s, then the rondelle, and then 3 11s, just like so. So I have a total of 7 beads here. And again, what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to skip over this rondelle and I'm going to go into this last one here at the end, or the start, I guess I should say. And this is what you get. Now what you're going to do is we're going to turn, and what's easy is in this situation, these 2 are the rondelles we're going to work with because they're the ones sticking out. And I'm actually going to flip this way. So now if you're a righty, you're probably going to go through these. But since I'm a lefty, I'm actually going to go through these, and it doesn't matter either way. So once again, I am going to pick up 3 11s, my rondelle, and my 3 11s. Got my 7 beads, and I'm going to go into the rondelle that is sticking out. So make sure there's no slack in the thread. You want to keep your tension, it doesn't have to be super tight, but you want to have nice even tension as you work. And now it's just repeating the steps over and over again. So again, I'm going to pick up 7 beads, 3 11s, followed by my little rondelle here, and 3 11s. There we go. And again, I'm not going to go to that one. I'm going to this one out here. It's sticking out. And there it is. Whoop, thread got caught. There we go. And there we are. So now I'm going to flip it up. Makes it easier for me to work up, and on camera at least it's a lot easier. And so again, you can see the ones that are sticking out. That's these 2 that are sticking out. And here's 3. There's my rondelle, and now again I got to pick up my 3 11s. So there's my 7 beads, and into, oops, just the rondelle. So remember, you only go into the rondelles, or, so I call these connector beads because that's where you're connecting all the beads. So whatever connector bead you're using. And 1 more on this row, and then I can flip. Let's grab that. Come on, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to go into this one right up here. So that is it. Keep repeating, and then I will, until you get to the length you want, and then I'll show you how to make the clasp. All right, I'm back, and I've gotten my bracelet the length that I need. So for this next part, we are going to fill in the gaps up here. So you can see there's gaps between the 11s. So we're going to fill that in. So right now I'm exiting out of this rondelle. This is my last one that I added in here, my set of beads there. So what I'm going to do is go through these 3 11s. And then I'm going to pick up 2 11s, and I'm going to go through the next 3. And I'm going to go all the way down the bracelet until I have filled in the gap throughout the entire length of it. So again, I've picked up 2, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the next set of 3 11s. And again, one more time, I picked up 2. I'm going into this next set. So that's what it's going to look like. You just want to pop them in. You don't want to pull too tight. Right now you want to keep the tension as even as possible. So you're just going to go through it, keep nice even tension. That way you're not getting any buckling as you work your way down. So continue working your way down until the end, till you get down here to the end, and then I will show you how to add the clasp loop, and then we'll work our way down the other side. Okay, take a look. I have worked my way down to the end. I am coming out of this last 11-0 down at this end. So what we're going to do now is I want to come out of these 3 11s. So they're sort of in the middle of the bracelet, and that is where we're going to add the clasp loop. So continue down into the rondelle here, and then through the next set of 11s, and make sure you don't accidentally skip anything, and then the next rondelle. Now I'm going to go through these 3 11s, and I'm going to pick up 6 11s, all right, that's 5, and there's 6. Here's my 6. And I'm just going to go around the 3 11s. Trying to make sure I get the focus there. And then just reinforce several times so you get this cute little loop. And through the 3 11s, and I'm going to do one more round of reinforcing. So that's a good 3 rounds to secure the beads. And then through my last 3 here. And then I'm going to go into the rondelle too. Okay, I'm going to flip this up so that way I can work up. And I'm coming out of that rondelle right there. So just to make my way through my 3 11s. And the rondelle. And then I'm going to go into the next 3 11s. And then repeat what we did on the other side. So all I'm going to do is add 2 11s to fill in the gaps between all of the other set of 3 11s here. So just like before, pick up 2 and go into the next 3 11-0 beads there. Whoops, make sure I'm in position and in focus, and they pop right into place. So continue down and then make the loop on this side. So just to kind of match it up, there's that loop, so there's that middle section there, and that's where you're going to make the loop, and then just tie off your thread. All right, my fellow beaders, so here it is. The bracelet is complete. So I made my second loop, and then I added some jump rings, added my lobster claw clasp, and let's put this on my wrist. There it is. So it looks great. I love just that whole netted look, and it's a nice, beautiful cuff bracelet. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one.